Hey, my
Hello.
name is Jacqueline Gunther, and I'm going to be your therapist today. What would you like me to call you? I know it says here that your name is Aaron. Is that what you would like me to call
Call me
you?
Aaron, that's fine.
Okay, great. Before we get started, I want to let you know that everything we do here is confidential, and we abide by the confidentiality statement. And pretty much anything you tell me, I won't be shared outside of this room. The only exception to that would be is if you shared something that might bring a possible threat to either yourself or to somebody else.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, it makes sense.
Okay, great. Did you have any trouble getting here?
No, your directions were very clear, so it ended up working out. Thank you.
Okay, great. I'm glad. I often get lost, so that's why I ask. Well, why don't you go ahead and tell me about why you're here? What brought you
Okay.
in?
I've just been, kind of struggling with a lot of anger issues, I guess. I've had a hard time controlling my temper. I've always had a pretty hot temper. I just feel like I'm just having a hard time controlling it, keeping myself from doing things I know I shouldn't do.
Okay. When you say things that you shouldn't do, can you elaborate on that a little bit more?
Yeah, I guess violence. I have a tendency to react violently when I'm really angry. The urge to hit or yell at people. Often, it seems more common that it's hard for me not to get physical now. My reaction is always to defend myself with my fist, basically.
You just mentioned your reaction is to hurt people. Who are the people that you're referring to?
Just people that get on my nerves. It's happened in the workplace. It's happened with friends even. And I have a hard time, keeping my friendships, I guess, strong probably because of my anger problems. And things get on my nerves easily, and I react in that way.
So I hear that you're saying that certain things tend to get under your skin, tend to upset you. Can you give me an example of something that seems to upset you, something that might set you off to have a violent reaction?
Driving. Driving can be very stressful and irritating, and I recently had a situation where somebody cut me off, and they had the balls to shake their fist at me after cutting me off. It made me very angry. I was very upset, so I cut them off, and instead they pulled over, and I pulled over too. I was ready for whatever they wanted to do, and that's not uncommon with me, unfortunately.
Okay. Have you these feelings of anger that make you react that way? Are they prevalent in other areas of your life as well?
As in things that make me angry? Are there things, other areas of my life where I have problems with getting angry?
In other words, I guess what I'm trying to ask is there ever a situation, this person, was it somebody you knew, or was it just
It was a stranger.
a stranger?
Mm-hmm.
Is there ever a situation with somebody that you know personally?
Yeah, it's happened with family before. With my parents. My parents tend to be quick to anger. And I've had fist fights with my father before.
Okay. Has there ever been a time where you have refrained, been able to refrain from, trying your hardest to not lash out?
Well, yeah, actually in that instance when we pulled over to the side of the road, normally I would have gotten out of the car and probably just gotten all my anger out on that person. But this time I realized as I was pulling over and I got out of the car, I realized that this has been a problem. It's something that I'm, aware of now. That's why I'm here to talk to you about it. And so I ended up just, I said some things I shouldn't have said, but then I walked away instead of letting it go further. I guess you can say the old me would have always let it go further.
Well, Aaron, I really want to commend you for coming today. And I definitely can see that you have some strength, to refrain yourself from breaking the old cycle, the old pattern of reacting in that violent manner. And I think that's something that you can pull from that and make further goals. You know, now knowing that being put in a situation like that, you have the strength to walk away from it, and that's really something that you know, that's really great. That really is great.
Thank you.
So what I'm hearing is you have this anger issue that results in you reacting violently when somebody does something to get under your skin or to bother you. And this is something that it really seems to be bothering you.
Yeah, I mean, it makes things difficult in my personal life, in my relationships. It makes things difficult at work. You know, people don't react too kindly when you react in that way. So it has become a problem for me.
Now, if you were to choose one thing that you would like to work on from now until possibly the next time we meet, if that's something that you're interested in, what is something that you might, you know, decide that you would like to, what's a goal that you would like to meet?
I mean, I would like to just walk away, I guess. You know, obviously it would have felt good to follow through in that situation, but at the same time it did feel good to be able to walk away. You know, I don't like the idea of being controlled, so I don't want to be controlled even by myself, I guess you could say. So I guess it would be my goal to walk away and only fight when I choose to fight instead of...
What motivated you to walk away in that incident?
I was just tired of not having any control over my actions, I guess.
Do you often feel like you don't have control over your actions?
Yeah, frequently.
What are some ways that you think, you know, what are some ways that you can channel your anger? Some other ways. Would you be interested in, you know, us possibly coming up with some different ways that we can,
Yeah.
you know, channel our anger in different ways?
Yeah, if it works, I would. I don't really know how many ways, but...
Okay. Well, you know, it really seems to me that this anger issue, specifically, the part that motivates you to become violent when you're angry, it really seems to be bothering you. And from what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, you really seem to want to make a change, positive change. You say it's affecting your relationships around you. When you say it's affecting your relationships, is there anything specific that you're referring to?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, it affects my friendships. You know, it's made things difficult in dating, of course. So, you know, I just always have a hard time controlling my anger.
Okay. Well, you know, from this meeting, I can tell that, you know, it took a lot for you to come here and to meet with somebody and talk about this. It can be hard to talk about, you know, things about ourselves that we would rather not share with others. And I commend you, like I said, for coming here and, you know, taking a step towards, you know, a more healthy type of living. And I think that, you know, if we get some goals ready, you know, at our next meeting, we can possibly really, you know, get started on working on this.
I would like that.
Now, I don't know if this is something that you might be interested in, but if you are interested, I really enjoyed, you know, getting to know you and talking to you about this, and you know, if this is something you're interested in and would like to meet again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would. And it was nice to meet you, Jackie. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me.
Great. Okay, so if you're interested, when you go out to the front desk, Terry's going to be there. Just go ahead and look at the appointment book and see what day works best for you. And we'll go ahead and work on getting some goals
Okay.
set.
All right, I will. Thank
Have
you
a
again.
great
I appreciate
one.
it. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.